Dear God, I have an absolute forest fire in my arms right now. Definitely don't need another one. But I got another one anyway.
ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Movie Monster Series Burning Godzilla, Godzilla Fest Extra Edition Shinjuku Total Advance version. That has gotta be the most long-winded Bandai name I have recited in a long while. Released in 2021, this guy was an event exclusive. Now he is a Godzilla Store exclusive and still available on the Godzilla Store. He's gonna go for about $20, and depending on the proxy site you use, you might be looking at another $20, maybe even $30 shipping, depending on your shipping choices. But essentially, this guy is just $20 as compared to the 9 or 10,000 yen second-hand prices I've seen. It's rather ridiculous. And I almost paid it. The only other info that I can really give you on this guy is that he is the first of 2 vinyl translucent Bandai figures released in 2021. The second being Hedorah. Eee. Now that all that hullabaloozer is out of the way, let's take a look at this tag. And like other event exclusives, it's the same exact tag we've seen on the Burning Godzilla figure since 2016. It's just got that weird filter on it. And the only major difference aside from the overall coloring of this tag is going to be in the name over here, and really not so much anywhere else. I mean, that silhouette might be different from the 2016 tag. I don't know. I haven't looked inside that tag since I did the review. But now it is time to double sleeve this baddie. It does not matter that this was once an event exclusive. It is still an exclusive. And like always, we must protect the exclusive figures with their exclusive tags. Now when it comes to the paint on the Burning Godzilla Super Sunny D Triple Bypass version, there's really only going to be paint in one area. That being on his back and on his tail, but just look at that metallic orange paint glisten. It looks so very nice, and it really do just be highlighting all of the amazing detail on there. And a nice little detail that I am noticing just now is that towards the root of the dorsal fins, a little bit in the center of them, you're going to see that they are mostly orange, just like the rest of the figure. Normally I would pitch a tent about that, but here I think that's actually pretty cool. It really adds to the super duper meltdown-ness of this figure. You can see it most on this dorsal fin over here, a little bit over here, and a little bit over here. Now that might just be because Bandai missed that area with paint. This is one of those instances where I can overlook it because it looks kind of cool. But no, I really do have to give Bandai some praise here. Whether they intended it or not, it looks like the dorsal fins are actually melting down. They get brighter as they get closer to Godzilla's skin, and I really, really like that. Intentional or not, I really, really like that. Now, when it comes to the dorsal fins on the tail, I do believe these are all painted all the way to the tip. They certainly do look it because they certainly do differentiate themselves further from the translucent orange nature of the figure. And when you look at them from far away, they do shine more than the rest of the figure does, and they do shine very similarly to the dorsal fins on Godzilla's back, so I'm just gonna go with that they're fully painted. Good on you, Bandai. You painted another tail all the way to the tip. Can we keep that going? I know this is an exclusive, but still, can we keep that going? But yes, you heard me right before. There is no other paint on this figure. As you can see, absolutely no paint on the eyes. There isn't even a sculpting for the pupils on the eyes, which is really, really cool. Nothing on the teeth, nothing on the tongue, no burning patches anywhere. There will also be no paint on the toenails. This guy is essentially just a blank translucent orange vinyl Godzilla figure. But a little detail that I really do enjoy about this figure is, in fact, in all the areas where he has articulation, you can see a bit of a darker orange just kind of glowing out from the crevices. That, I do believe, is just the vinyl swivel mechanism, whatever they are called, just peeking through the translucent vinyl. I mean, you can see it specifically around the legs the most and around the neck, but you can also see it at the base of the tail over here as well. And it really does look like they painted Godzilla's mouth over here a darker orange, but I think that's just because it's more of a solid vinyl. I don't think this part of the figure is hollow. It certainly doesn't feel it. So yeah, it might not be paint, but it's a cool, more than likely unintentional little feature. Just look at this boy shine. I love it. As you've heard me say in a multitude of times, I'm sure, I'm a sucker for variants like this. Translucent, glow-in-the-dark, wild colors, the whole shebang. And I was already a pretty big fan of this release upon announcement, but just getting him in hand and seeing how nice and shiny and metallic he is, I'm gonna have to admit it, I'm kind of simping for this figure. I mean, come on, man. Metallic orange dorsal fins all the way to the tip of the tail. I'm about it. When it comes to detail, though, if you have a Burning Godzilla figure from 2001, 2021 or 2016, you pretty much know all of the major details here. But if I were to gush, I love that we can still visibly see the detail for Godzilla's teeth, his cheeks, his ears, his very strong brow, his nose. I just really like how this looks. I know it's extremely simple and unpainted to hell, but I can't help it. I love all the lovely scaling on Godzilla's chest and crotch region over here. It just looks so nice in a shiny translucent vinyl figure. Now we can see the foldings of the elbows over here, the shoulder blades, the fingers, the nails, those strong looking thunder thighs, kneecaps, ankles, and toes, and quite possibly the most egregious trademark stamp on the bottom of Godzilla's tail. Speaking of which, on the bottom of Godzilla's foot, it says Bandai 2001, China, and a number that I can't read. And on the other foot, it says 1995 something something something. Paint might be minimal, but the details are all there. If you've seen one 1994 or 1995 Bandai Godzilla figure, you've kind of seen them all. Paint and detail, a solid star. Now let's take a look at articulation. Super Sunny D Delight Meltdown Burning Godzilla can go all the way around at the head, back, and forth at the arm like so. I'm pretty sure they can go all the way around, but I really don't want to force it. The same can be done on both sides. The legs can go all the way around. Yep, you guessed it, on both sides. And the tail will remain glue sealed. It's the Bandai Basics, solid star, but don't go away just yet, as there is a little bit more to talk about with this guy. Now initially, and expectedly, I thought this would just be somewhat of a re-mold of the re-mold. I thought it was going to be the 2016 Bandai Movie Monster Series Burning Godzilla, but translucent. But it isn't. Take a look here at this scientific representation. You can see that this guy is actually taller than the 2016 Bandai Burning Godzilla. Now why is that? I do so believe, but I might very well be wrong, that the 2016 Burning Godzilla was actually a remold of the 2001 Burning Godzilla, just in solid normal vinyl. This guy was molded in translucent orange, which is how he gets those crazy burning patches on his body. This Meltdown Godzilla is a reissue of this guy. Let me show my work. My major work being that they're both the same height. I know that's not the most groundbreaking piece of proof that I've presented here on this channel, but it does make sense. The legs match up, the heads match up, the arms match up. I genuinely think this is just a re-release of this mold, just with new paint. Now yes, the orange on this guy's translucent bits is a bit duller than this guy. That might be due to age, or they might have actually just done a remold of this with brand new translucent vinyl. That makes just as much sense as anything else. But as you can see, the tails are the exact same length and they bend in the same areas. The feet and kneecaps and thigh folds pretty much match up between the two, and just actually, that's it. Yeah, I really got nothing else, but I do have one more figure that we can compare these guys to. Hey-oh, look out! Big boy. This lovely lad is a brand new arrival, the Bandai The Godzilla Collection Burning Godzilla. Review coming soon. And even though this guy is of the 8-inch scale and this guy is of the 6-inch scale, I can kind of see some similarities, mostly in the dorsal fins. Notice how this guy's side of his dorsal fins aren't cut out. They look like one whole piece. This guy's dorsal fins are exactly the same. Take a look at this dorsal fin over here. See how the tippy top kind of looks like some puckered lips? This guy's kind of looks like that as well. And thanks to the help of this ruler, I can kind of show you guys what I'm talking about here. You see, this side of every dorsal fin, they're all separate. But the bottom halves over here, they're all solid. There's no space in between their separate bits. You can especially see that over here. And here we go, it's like that on the 8-inch version. It might very well be a reach, but seeing as how Bandai is indeed Bandai and they like to size down their past releases of figures, I wouldn't doubt that this guy, good old Granddaddy Burning G, is essentially the original God particle of what all the 6-inch figures would come to be in the future. I mean, I could totally see it. For sure. But for the sake of my sanity, I'm going to end this comparison here because I really don't want to compare 4 figures all together. I think it's pretty obvious. Major changes are in the size, the paint, and just what they were molded in. And I do think this was probably changed for the 6-inch releases. I mean, it still kind of is like that, just not as far up. Anyway, let's take a look at just how translucent this guy is. Oh yeah. That boy is primo translucent. I still can't full on tell if the dorsal fins are actually painted all the way to the tip of the tail. They still do surely look it though. Yeah, this is just really, really nice. The glow on this guy is fantastic. It's like a horrific Cheeto Godzilla nightlight. Dear Lord, I feel like you could properly see what I was talking about with the mouth looking darker. I think it's simply just because this major area of the head isn't hollow. That might actually just be solid. Hopefully you guys can see like the darker outline going on over here. And when I'm holding the light very far away, you can still see the emanating orange at the neck, at the arms, and at the thighs, and even at the tail over here. That's just really cool. I know it's just a see-through vinyl figure, but I'm really just enticed by the inner workings of a vinyl figure, even though it's super duper simple and it's really not all that impressive. I know for a fact you guys can't see this, but I love the way the teeth look as the light is emanating behind them. They almost look like they're painted. Now that is a meltdown looking GOJI. This is definitely getting a solid star out of me. Small, medium, large, and a bunch of other Burning Godzillas and Godzilla vs. Destoroyah related stuff. I think I'm good on Burning Godzillas now. Bandai and Playmates and everybody else, you don't need to release anymore unless you want to do more Meltdown Burning Godzillas. I could use a little bit more of him. I wouldn't say that this guy is an absolute must for collectors. I would probably say that if you love Burning Godzilla, you should totally get this while it's still in stock. Because once this guy goes out of stock, Lord knows he's probably going to go for those 9 and 10,000 yen price tags that I saw even on Mandarake. Even if you're not a Burning Godzilla fan and you just want a Meltdown GOJI and you don't feel like paying prices for the other ones, just get this one off the Godzilla store with the proxy site, man. It's 20 bucks. The only thing I probably could have asked for more of is the metallic orange on the dorsal fins. It would have been nice to see that more strewn about on the body, but that might have looked a little bit on the messy side, admittedly. And that's about that. Burning Godzilla, Godzilla Selection, Shinjuku Total Advanced version, that's not how you say it. Very cool figure. Would highly recommend it, especially for the availability price that it's currently set at. And yeah, it just feels good to be talking about a somewhat newish Bandai Movie Monster Series figure. Hopefully Bandai can get to work on that Bandai Movie Monster Series Gigan Anniversary Edition figure, please. The fact that y'all haven't announced anything for Gigan's 50th anniversary from the Movie Monster Series is a bit troubling. But anyway, until next we meet, I will see you all then and there. Don't know what I'm doing next. My schedule is all screwed up because of this guy and Hedorah. So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about these. Hold on. So I got Burning G from the Godzilla store, but I also managed to pick up some of Gigan's 50th anniversary merch. We've got the Pop Can badge over here. This is just a pin, probably, but I'm more than likely going to be keeping it in this plastic because the yellow backing card with the blue and the purple and the pink over here just looks so very cool. And here we have the Gigan's 50th anniversary icon keychain. This one's a bit different from Hedorah, though. As you can see, I still haven't taken this one out of its packaging yet, but this one had a solid white background and had a bit of a 3D element to it. This one's just plastic. Huh. I guess Hedorah really is the best Showa girl. Alright, I'm gonna end on that. Peace.